Hi, Daisy. Just wanted to let you know I've been thinking about you. And I wanted to offer you some breathing strategies to help you to just be able to get through the day. Because I know when I was going through grief, it's pretty challenging sometimes just to get out of bed. So I'm going to offer you an energy medicine yoga technique. And energy medicine yoga is a combination of all kinds of different complementary therapies yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, and it uses the meridians of the body, which is traditional Chinese medicine. And it's just to help move energy through your body and help to kind of just open up blockages. The energy medicine yoga breath is to breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. So while I'm showing you where the tapping is, just breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth at least 3 times with each one. I'm also going to offer you some other tonal breathing to help balance emotions, which is my go-to. I do it every day when I'm walking to the grocery store, driving, and all this stuff that's going on. It just really helps to calm your nervous system. So what we're looking for are things that help to calm that nervous system. And after the nervous system can calm down, then the body starts to respond in kind, and then you start to feel a little bit more, a little bit more like yourself. That's going to be a while. So give yourself grace with that. Okay. So the energy medicine yoga strategy. It looks weird, but I just want to offer you a chance to give it a try, and you can teach Zach too, and you guys can do it together if you like. So the starts with tapping, and you're going to tap by either, if it's sensitive here, you can massage, you can tap with the fatty part of your finger, or you can make a beak with your fingers and tap. Now when you're tapping, you want to tap like you mean it, because you don't want to piss off the meridians. You want to let them know that you're trying to touch them, you're trying to get through to them. So tap like you mean it, okay? That's what my energy medicine yoga therapist told me, like, do it like you mean it. So I'm like, okay. So this is the kidney meridian. It's under the collarbones on either side of the breastbone. And this is to help ground your energy, okay? So it's breathing in, out, nice breath in. I know you know how to take a deep breath, and then breathing out. And then tapping on the thymus gland. And this is the meridian that helps to improve our immune system, builds killer cells and T cells, and just helps us to stay healthy, which when we're stressed and having a lot of stress, then our immune system gets compromised. So again, you're breathing in and breathing out while I'm talking. And then going to the spleen meridian, which is the mother of all meridians, and you can just hang out all day doing this. But this helps you to digest your food, helps you to digest all the things that you have to see, feel, and hear, which is overwhelming right now. So hopefully you're breathing. All right, and then we go to the end of the stomach meridian, which is in the orbit of the eye, and this helps to move your energy forward in a positive way. Breathing in and breathing out. I know it seems weird, but there's no side effects, so just give it a try. All right, this is part of EFT, that emotional freedom technique. Okay, so now we know that when energy is moving in a good, healthy way, it moves in an infinity sign, in a sideways figure 8. And when it's not, your energy is feeling lethargic and it's not healthy, it tries to conserve itself, so it just moves in a up and down homolateral movement. So we tell our bodies that we know this is a possibility, but we don't want it to be that way, so we brush it off. All right, and then we start to move in that figure 8, that infinity sign, and this is called the Celtic weave. So this is pulling from the Celtic tradition. And breathing in and breathing out, make them as big or as small as you want. You can even go off on the side and create some lovely figure 8s all around you. And you and Zach can do this to each other. Just kind of put on some music and dance with these figure 8s. Again, I know it sounds weird, but dancing is incredible for grief. Just releases all kinds of emotions. All right, so you want to do twice as many of the Celtic weave as you do the homolateral movement. Then we want to zip up on the positive energy, because people say really stupid things. They don't mean to, but they'll just say, well, he's in a better place, or, oh, you should be over this soon. It'll get, people say stupid things. So just to block out that negative energy, you place your hands on your lower belly, take a full breath in, up to your chin, and then 2 more of those, and 1 more. And then you want to lock all that positive work in. 1 finger on the mid-eye, the third eye, right in the middle of the forehead, and 1 finger in the navel. Press in and up. And then just bring the hands over the heart and just notice. Now, what I'm doing now is called a compassionate breath. And the compassionate breath is breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And this helps us to bring loving kindness toward ourselves, all right? Because sometimes we have too great of expectations for ourselves. Oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. If I had done something different, or why couldn't I have helped them like I helped my patients, whatever it is you might be thinking, blaming, shame, any of that thing, it's just let go of that, because you have no control. So, breathing into the heart space and bringing that same compassion that you would offer to your best friend or a small child who was suffering, but you offer that to yourself. And the beautiful thing about this compassionate breath is just breathing in and breathing out through your nose and drawing that loving kindness in towards yourself. May I be happy. May I be at peace. May I live with ease. May I be at peace. Breathing in, breathing out. And I know a lot of times that grief swarms hit you at a really crazy time. For me, it was always at the grocery store. So you can just kind of place one hand on your heart and continue to push the cart with your other hand, and nobody needs to know. A lot of people just stand like this and just offer yourself just a few compassionate breaths, and that helps you to continue to move forward throughout the course of the day. You always want to honor your grief and not try to suppress it, but this just helps you to move forward and acknowledge it. Yeah, I'm really suffering right now. I'm offering myself loving kindness. It's okay to cry. I'm in the grocery store and it's nobody else's business. Or if you want to run into your car, that's fine too. But just the important thing is to just acknowledge it, let it all out, and no shame. Our tears are just signs of love. It's just waterfalls of love, right? I know you loved your dad a whole lot, so it's really hard. Let's get a little bit of movement in, just because grief can get us to round forward, and we go into that fetal position, right? When we're sad or scared, and we get tight and short here, and long and stretched out in the back in our hip flexors. That's those psoas muscles. They're the tenderloin of our deep, juicy muscles, but when in grief, they get short and tight, and then it starts to affect our lower back, and we just feel all compressed. So we're just going to do a little bit of movement to stretch some of that stuff out, okay? What I like to do is just rock my legs back and forth and take it from the top of the femur and just rock those legs, let the feet be floppy. And that feels pretty good, just to, just sit here, and this is really grounding. When you're on the floor, connected to the earth, allow Mother Nature just to support you and hold you. And just kind of let her take anything that's not feeling good in your body. Let her hold it, because she can handle it, and draw the positive energy from Mother Nature. So even if you just sit and rock the legs back and forth, and then maybe do some circles with your ankle, maybe tap the legs, circles, brush off on anything negative. Just stay connected and grounded. It really helps to tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. All right, so some of the spinal movements we'll do. I'm sure you're holding a lot of tension in your neck. So press your hands into your thighs, lengthen your spine. You want to feel connected and rooted to the earth. So I say shift the gift side to side and get those sitting bones, those ischial tuberosities really connected to the earth. And then from that place of your pelvis being not tipped back or tipped forward, you may need to sit on a couple blankets if your hips are tight. But get your spine tall and long. Roll the shoulders back. And then just take a nice breath in. Lower the chin towards the chest, but I want you to keep space like there's a golden egg under your chin. Getting length in the back of the neck, and then pendulum your chin over towards your right shoulder. So right ear is in line with right shoulder. Nice full breath in. As you spider finger walk your left fingers out to the side, soften your shoulder down, and then feel a stretch from earlobe to shoulder as you lengthen out through those neck muscles. And just take a few breaths in. There's some beautiful tonal breathing that helps to balance emotions. And this is part of energy medicine yoga as well. And the breath I'm going to teach you now is the anti-anxiety breath, and it's a ha breath. So you take a breath in, and you exhale with a and in the meantime, just release and let go of the weight of the world you might be carrying on your shoulders. Turn the palm up and walk the arm back and away from you, trying to get a little more opening in where the arm connects to the chest and that pectoralis muscle. And then as you exhale, walk your arm forward, keeping it lower than the height of your shoulder. Reach out through the middle finger, and you'll feel a nice stretch now in the back of your neck. The head is still tilted to the side. Just doing that ha breath. Bring the hand back to center and back onto your thigh. Now this is the important part. Rest your head in your hand. Let all the weight of your head rest in your hand, and then use the strength of the hand to lift your head back up, taking all the strain out of the neck, and then just bobblehead that head back and forth a little bit. Realign the spine, get nice and tall. Full breath in. As you exhale, tilt the chin, keep that golden egg space, and tip the chin over toward the left shoulder. Full breath in, and as you exhale, reach your right fingertips, spider finger, walk them out. Keep the shoulders soft and down. Now this next breath is anger. If you're angry about anything, well, why wouldn't you be, right? The breath is a shh breath. So you take a full breath in. Continue to feel that stretch from earlobe to shoulder. And Gregory Boyle, who writes a book called Tattoos of the Heart, says a quote that I absolutely love. He says, "What we need is a compassion that stands in awe of the things we carry rather than in judgment at how we carry them." So turn that palm up, walk that arm away from you, letting go of the judgment of how you are receiving your grief, how you're exploring your grief. Just let it be, let it move in and through you. It's not going to go away. It's going to be part of you. It's going to weave into the fabric of your being. And then walk your fingertips forward, stretch out through the back of the neck. Wherever you are, it's exactly perfect, exactly where you need to be right now. And then back to center. Rest your head in your hand and lift the head up. And just bobblehead that head back and forth again. All right, so we got the upper neck. So let's do a little cat-cow. So slide the hands forward, round the back body, chin to the chest, and spread those shoulder blades across your back, tilting the pelvis forward. And then Then inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, open the arms out. Now you may not be ready to receive. This is a very vulnerable posture here. And it also taps into your sympathetic nervous system. So if you're already feeling like you're crawling out of your skin, just stay neutral. Don't open the heart. We're not always ready for that yet. So depending on how you're feeling, you may just want to do a little bit of more. This is parasympathetic. This is comforting, rounding. This is drawing into yourself. And then as you inhale, come to neutral. Or if you feel like maybe you want to try to see what it feels like to open the heart a little bit, take the head up a little bit, but don't kink the back of the neck. And then just with your breath, exhaling into your cat pose and inhale into your open heart or neutral. And then just move through a few of these. This should feel pretty good. Just breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Coming back to neutral. And walk those left fingers out to the side. Reach the right arm up overhead and soften that shoulder down as you crescent over, opening up between hip and rib. We can get really tight in here. And then just again moving with your breath, movement meditation. Inhale and exhale. There's another breath called the Ujjayi breath. And that's the breath for empaths, people who take on the worry and concern of other people. And that's a little bit of gentle constriction in the back of the throat. So you breathe in and breathe out as if you're Darth Vader. Inhale, exhale. Come back up. Another breath in. Lower that right hand down and keep flowing up and back. And if you're unfamiliar with the Ujjayi breath or ocean breath, Darth Vader breath, imagine when you were a kid, you were trying to fog up the mirror and you would You do that, but you close the lips. And it should be only loud enough for you to hear it. It shouldn't be one of those forceful, just a gentle. And for people who take on the worries of everybody else, those empaths. Good. And reach the arms up overhead, palms together, lower the hands down to your heart. And your next spinal movement would be the twist. So lengthen the spine, draw the belly in. Right hand goes to the left knee, left hand to its own side. Lengthen that spine and gently twist to the left. Take your chin over your left shoulder. And then bring the head over the right. And this next breath is for fear. So we take a breath in and we are like blowing out the candle. So big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, head comes over right shoulder. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. And then come back to center. Let's go to the other side. Left hand to the right knee, right hand to its own side. Lengthen, draw that belly in. And from your left ribs, twist to the right. Take your chin over your right shoulder. Big breath in, look over your left shoulder. Exhale, blow. Again, this is the breath to help balance fear to courage. And one more. And then coming back to center. Make some nice circles with your torso. And other direction. All right. Let's come over onto tabletop. And just do a couple more cat-cows here. So curl the toes under, round the back body, chin to the chest. And then inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, sink the belly. Exhale, round. And inhale, sink. The last breath I'd like to teach you is the S sound, like a snake. And that's the sound, the breath for sadness. It's the sound that helps us to go from sadness to letting go. And again, that's a process and a journey. So breathing in here and exhale with a S. And one more inhale. And come back to neutral table. Curl those toes under, lift the hips. And bring the head between the upper arms, pedal the feet, stretch out through the lower back, the chest, the hamstrings. And if one of those breaths spoke to you, do one of those. It could be the ha breath for anxiety, the blowing for fear to courage, the sh for anger, the s for letting go, the ujjayi breath for the empath taking on the worries of too much. And as you do that, going from your downward dog into plank, just to get a little strength and fight through this, and then inhale, downward dog. Exhale with a inhale. Exhale. Just do as many of those, maybe moving through all the 5 tonal breaths if you want, or just maybe one of the day, whichever one you're most in need of today. There's so many more things I could do, but I want to keep this short, so it gives you a bigger opportunity to maybe practice it a few times, but the breath work is really key. All right, so the last thing I'll show you is the grief hold. So if you're having trouble going to sleep, you place one finger in the sternal notch, or 2 fingers in the sternal notch, about 25% pressure, and the other hand on your forehead. The other hand can rest on your heart. And this they call the sympathetic interrupter, so it helps to bring more blood flow to the frontal lobe, take some of that thinking away from your sympathetic. And then you can even bring one hand on the top of the head, one hand on the forehead, and just do your so whichever one seems to be most comfortable for you. Sometimes I'll try to go to sleep like this, just kind of roll on the side and one hand on the temple, one hand on the forehead, and just prop my arms with pillows and just breathe. Okay? So, Daisy, anytime you need anything, if you want to do a practice and Zoom together, we can do that. I teach gentle. I don't do the crazy stuff. It doesn't feel good in my body because I'm getting old and it just doesn't feel good. So if you ever want a gentle practice, just let me know. I'd love to work with you anytime. So just send me a little Facebook message or email me, reeseca@comcast.net, or call me 410-404-8832. There's lots and lots of free videos on our yoga center. I teach at the Yoga Center of Columbia, so you can go on just go to Yoga Center of Columbia, go to classes, and there's tons of online videos, and you can do lots of different practices. I have a couple meditations there. One's a pebble meditation, and one's a mountain meditation. The mountain meditation is being strong and stable like a mountain while everything else is going and swirling around you. It just helps you to stay grounded. So I'm thinking about you, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.